My name is Alicia Thompson, and this is my story. I wanted to be a storyteller ever since I was little because my mom would read books to me when I was a kid, and I just always thought that there was something so magical about there being stories that somebody else had created and then chosen to share with you. And so I wanted to create my own stories and share them with other people the same way. My mom always inspired me a lot. She's very big into stories and storytelling, and she would make up stories and tell us them when we went to bed. And she had a couple of different characters that she would kind of keep little serials going of. I love that they were kind of silly and imaginative, and that really inspired me to tell my own stories. The stories that I write are fairly close to my personal experience, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be exactly what I've gone through or exactly, something based in my life. For example, with the gymnastics series, I've actually never done gymnastics. I can't do a cartwheel. I can't do a somersault practically. So that's, kind of different for me. But I was really, really into gymnastics when I was a kid. And I was especially into Dominic Mucciano, which is what made me reach out to her and decide to write with her. For me, a great story always starts with characters. If there's a character that I can relate to and I can care about and I want them to achieve their dreams and I care if they are getting into trouble and I care about every obstacle they're facing, and if I have a character that I can really hold on to, then that's a story that I can follow. It doesn't really even matter what else happens. Stories can have a really great impact, even if they're not published, even if they're not bestsellers. My husband, one thing he always said that I always kind of took to heart was he always said that, your book could be somebody's favorite book. And that's meaningful to me, that even if it's not, you know, maybe the widest published, or even if it's a story that only, 6 of my friends read, that could be something that really touched them or connected with them. Even if you only touch one person with your story, that's somebody who connected with something that you wrote. And they wouldn't have done that if you hadn't have written it. So there are a lot of different reasons why I might tell a story, but the main thing is just that it's something that is important to me, that happened in my life, that I want to kind of remember forever and be able to share with other people. I think it's always important for you to share your own story, or even if it's a story about something else, something that didn't maybe happen directly to you, it's something that's meaningful to you in some way. And the reason why is just that, there are so many stories out there, but you're the only one who can tell the specific story to you. You're the only one who can tell how you felt, or, what you experienced, or what happened, or the way you thought about it. And I think that if you don't tell that story, then nobody else will. There's nobody else who can share that exact experience.